I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. How does the rest living in?
Oh, I was just doing the part that Gwen did.
Oh, boys only.
I want all the boys in the audience.
Girls,
Shh. I just want to hear my boys. She had so much swagger.
She was.
Love her. It goes, I'm just a girl living in captivity. Something now. My favorite song from her, from No Doubt, was Spiderwebs. Which is very fitting. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought you were doing a ring haul.
No, I was trying to do a spider web with my fingers.
I got that eventually.
Looks like gang signs.
And welcome to episode 4. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Z&D's Place. Today, we're going to be talking about
Customizing your
character. Yay!
Okay, so what does that mean? Customizing your character.
I see it as like I'm a sim in The Sims 4, and I'm downloading a shit ton of custom content. And then I get to go through all of it and figure out what sticks for my character and what doesn't.
Yeah. I think Delaney and I live our lives in video game terms.
I at least do. Like, literally everything. I, like, live my life as if it's a video game.
Yeah.
Which, that's why sometimes I'm like, am I real or am I just literally a sim? You know?
That's a valid
That got
question.
too deep, but for this episode. But, yeah. So, customizing your character is just kind of like your evolution of like aesthetics and kind of what has, for us it's going to be about like what has changed through our college journey and like how we look, how we dress,
our style. Yeah, because I think for both of us, and not to generalize, but I feel like creative people usually express themselves through their person.
I agree.
You know, it's like your canvas that you get to deck out every day. So why
true.
wouldn't you?
I think that is such a cool way to look at it.
So I think a good starting place is maybe how we started college and how we would describe ourselves then. And then we can maybe talk about like our evolutions and then how we got to where we are now.
Okay. Do you want to go first or me?
We can like maybe go back and forth. So maybe you start and then I'll.
Okay. So freshman year of college Delaney, wore a ton of like mom jeans and like Shein fashion, which I hate that I did that now, but you know, that was who I was. Lots of like pastel colors, you know, bubblegum pink, bubblegum blue, cotton candy blue.
Yeah, you wore a lot of cotton candy blue.
I did wear a lot of cotton candy blue. That was kind of like my thing for a while there.
Because with your red hair. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked good, you know.
It did, and that's kind of who I was. I had like really, really long hair. I wore really like dainty jewelry, and like was not uber rock star like I am today.
Looking back, I can
Like
see-
conceptualize it? Yeah.
I can like piece together where and how the turntables.
Well, the turntables. Well, I think a lot of like my evolution came from like music almost, and like back then I still listened to like a lot of rock music. It was just kind of like the generic like divorced dad rock, you know, which I freaking love, don't get me wrong.
Oh, me too.
But like since freshman year, I've evolved into like liking so many different kinds of like rock music and metal and, you know, punk and emo music, scene music, you know, goth music. Like I've just been kind of reaching out into all those,
exploring subgenres and stuff.
and I definitely think specifically like the punk rock and metal rock genre has helped like shape who I am
definitely
today.
see that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Where was I? Okay, so Z was coming here. I had just moved to Oklahoma City. I had a lot of, because I not got a whole new wardrobe before college, but you know, I like upgraded some things. And I came in with a lot of like athleisure clothes.
You did.
Because my mom she was really like in my ear, you know, and she was like, well, I think you should get like comfy, like cute athleisure clothes, because then you're gonna be walking around campus and like you want to be comfortable going to class and like adjusting to the new lifestyle, which was solid.
It's valid,
you know,
you know?
solid advice. Like, I love her. I very much took her opinion more into account then, and like I still love her, still adore. I think she has, you know, great fashion sense. She was an early 2000s queen, and I will be inserting pictures.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I love her sense of style, but I think she definitely was a bigger influence into how I was dressing myself then. But I still had, like, you know, the inklings of who
You
I was
still-
gonna become. Like, I'm still a headscarf girly.
You did wear headscarves a lot, and you still did have like your little jeans, and you had like little colorful tops back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did definitely wear more athleisure than
Yeah.
I ever see you in now.
I wore leggings like all the time, tennis shoes.
I remember that baby blue Looney Tunes sweatshirt. Was it Looney Tunes or was it something else?
I think it. Yeah, like I think
It
it
was
was
like
Looney
down the
Tunes.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Wow, memory. Came back
Oh,
to me.
Pac-Man. It was Pac-Man. That's what it was.
Pac-Man! Yeah, it was your
Yeah.
Pac-Man sweatshirt
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, which actually got ruined
by the
by,
washers.
by the washers here, but yeah.
Womp
I just
womp.
I liked being comfy. I liked
Yeah.
very colorful things, which I do still to an extent. But I think I was like more afraid of. Okay, I will say my hair has always been something that I would change. Like freshman year, I changed it a lot.
You did. You have been through crazy amounts of hair changes.
I counted the other day, and I've been through 12 hair colors through my 4 years
That's
in
wild.
college.
Wow, 3 different hair
know.
colors a year.
Which, how is it on my head? I don't know, but
That's so interesting because for the longest time, I was afraid to change my hair color, which was weird because I had bright red hair. Like bright red hair whenever I came in here freshman year.
it was long, it was red.
It was long. I was so afraid to cut it.
Yeah.
I was so bored of it, but I wanted to change to something else. And so eventually I changed to like a berry red, which was like the slightest difference. And I chopped it into a bob. And that was like enough change for me, you know?
Well, that was a whole like 2 months of you contemplating the decision.
it was.
Before you cut it.
You've been through like the whole rainbow though.
Well, okay, I started dyeing my hair at 16, and then I just haven't stopped. I did, okay, when I did my little Bixie over the summer,
Ah! She had a Bixie, guys, and it was the
did.
cutest fucking thing.
I cut all of my hair off, and then that was all natural. And then I kept that until, like, December of last semester. And then by that point, it was, like, to my shoulders. And then I did, like, a raspberry kind of color. And
That was
then
cute.
From that, I did the blonde, which is where I am now.
I can't believe you had raspberry hair earlier this semester.
I know. Well, episode 1, I still had my
Yeah, and whenever
raspberry hair.
In the logo,
That's why the logo, it's, yeah,
raspberry hair.
it is and it's not the blonde you see now in love.
That's so wild to me.
How would you describe your style now?
So sorry. I shoved this whole rope in my mouth. That's what she said.
I think my style is a reflection of how I've grown as a person. So I think on my own personal journey, I am working towards a more sustainable lifestyle because I care about the environment and the planet, and I want to, you know, just do my part in the small way I can. So I do a lot less fast fashion. I don't support like Shein and all of these online brands. I really, really try my best to not order from Amazon,
Yeah.
and I never order like clothes or shoes or anything from Amazon. And I thrift a lot more, do a lot more secondhand. Almost like I would say 85 or 90% of the time I do secondhand, maybe more than that.
Most of your clothes are definitely.
Most of them. I try my best. Sometimes, like, you know, you just gotta go to the mall in the clearance section
Yeah.
because that's just like what there is. But I try my best to do secondhand. I'm less afraid to put kooky little outfits together
Same.
that I used to be afraid. I also think something with me, I used to be afraid more of like what people thought and like quote unquote getting a job. So because of that, my first tattoo is on my hip, which is where like people can't see it. And I thought I was going to continue, because I love tattoos, but I thought I was going to continue on that journey where they would all be hidden.
Same.
Because I didn't want it to affect my professional life or anything. But now I've grown up and realized that it doesn't matter.
Right.
And if people won't hire you because you have a tattoo on your forearm, like that's
so
their loss
stupid.
and so stupid. So I have a tattoo on my forearm. I'm planning on getting another one. And I don't know, maybe I'll end up with a sleeve, maybe I'll end up with a half sleeve, I don't know. But
Nice.
I just love them, and I'm less afraid to do what I want because I don't really care what other people think in that way.
Yeah. My journey has been interesting. I mean, I did start out in like a lot of fast fashion because honestly that was the only thing that I could really find that fit me, because I am a little person and an extra small in most brands. So that was really difficult. A lot of my fashion now is punk, DIY, kind of rock star culture, if that makes sense. Like, I've been cutting up a lot of my shirts. I've been drawing on a lot of my clothing. I've been dyeing a lot of my clothes to, like, reds and blacks and stuff. I want to do a craft where you do bleach art on a shirt or, like, something like that. My next craft and next customization is these old-ass white lug shoes that I have that are so crusty, dusty, musty. So I'm going to dye them dark red and, like, scribble all over them and, like, doodle all over them and
like
put, like,
that.
spikes and shit on them. So, yeah, that's, like, where a lot of my fashion is. Everything is always, like, something I already have in my closet and, like, I cut it up or do something to it, like this shirt. I wasn't wearing it because it had just, like, a normal neckline, but I chopped it off and now I wear it. The cogs are turning in the creative part of my brain, if that makes sense. Used to not turn as quick.
Yeah.
But now I've realized that, like, whoa, it's so, like, fun and funky to just, like, customize your own shit.
Yeah.
And do what you want.
I love that. I know I want to get more into making more of my own clothes and, you know, thrift flips and stuff. I think right now I simply just don't have the time.
You are very busy.
But maybe once we're in New York, that could be something I start implementing more into my life.
I'm also hoping the New York thrift scene is so much nicer than Oklahoma.
I'm curious as to, because when we went to LA to visit, we thrifted there, and you found that a lot more things fit you.
Like, everything was small. There was, like, a huge extra small section, which I had never seen before in my life. And I was so excited because I found so many clothes, but that wasn't really the case for Z.
I did not. I do think, okay, my body shape plays a big role into my style, because I think I'm more like, how would I describe my style? Very like 90s or early 2000s, heavily influenced by, I don't know.
You were very, like,
More
witchy.
Like art, very witchy.
Art girl
kind
of vibe.
I think what influences me more in my style, I mean, obviously there are people. I do love, like, Stevie Nicks, Salma Hayek from, like, the 90s, early 2000s kind of vibe. But I also love, like, paintings and sculptures and books and movies. So if I see something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that costume design, or I love that, you know, painting, I want a color like that as a top or a dress or a silhouette, you know? But I do think my body shape influences, like, a lot of the silhouettes I wear, because just to feel my best, you know, I'm very curvy, and wearing certain things make me feel boxy, make me feel bigger than what I am, just because I do have a larger chest.
Right.
So if I don't, like, dress myself properly, I just won't feel comfortable in what I'm wearing.
That makes sense. I think your style definitely gives off the impression that you are an artsy girl. Like, if I saw you just on the street, I'd be like, damn, she got to be into some cool stuff.
Yes.
You know? I would definitely think you read. From your style.
My style.
Not in a bad way.
Oh, what a quote.
But
I love
just
that.
like, In an intellectual way, if that makes sense, you know?
That's exactly what I was going for.
Thank God.
For someone to look at me and be like, oh, yes, she's read Aristotle's Poetics.
Exactly. You get that vibe. And, like, even with your, like, glasses, your big chunky blue glasses, those give the biggest art girl vibes I have ever art girled ever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, ooh, she's a painter. Ooh, she goes on little park walks and doodles her surroundings. You know,
yes.
like, that's you.
Yeah.
In my head.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Oh, thank God. And I'm the little scum on the side of the street.
No, you're big. You're big. Like, okay, I know this is a later question, but if we had to predict what, like, we had to look for.
Well, let's do that now.
Okay, we can do that, but first I'm going to say what I'm predicting you will look like. Okay. Do we want to do end of the year, like next 5 years, or?
Let's do end of the year. Okay, so we're going to predict what we're going to look like by the end of this year and then in 5 years.
Okay. I think you, by the end of the year, will have... I think at some point you're going to do the... What's that hair called? Like the jellyfish?
Jellyfish cut?
Yeah, I think you're going to get... I don't know, maybe like a little like extension or something, just so you have like braids and the jellyfish cuts.
Oh my God. A short haircut with long braids is like my dream.
I see that for you.
I actually already ordered a thing of extensions and they're at my house.
Okay, I see that for you. I also see more of like your DIY clothing projects. And I see you with a couple more tattoos by the end of the year too.
Well, fun fact about tattoos and me is that I'm learning to tattoo, which I think I've mentioned before, but I have a few. I have this one on my arm. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have this
do
one.
It, girls.
We're just disgruntled boys. I'm just kidding. And then I have a hip tattoo. I have a constellation on my rib. And then I have a spider on my stomach. I think that's all I have.
That is all you have.
That's all I have for now. But eventually I want to be like fully tatted out. Like literally just covered. Like that's just my dream. And then I want piercings too all over.
I think in 5 years you'll definitely look like a little notebook somebody scribbled in.
That's my goal
and,
with
like,
tattoos.
drew all over.
That's why I want to like draw on myself, you know?
I think you'll definitely have the look of someone that has given themselves a couple tattoos.
Is that a good thing or a bad
but
thing?
in a good way. Like, I think...
Like in an artistic way or in like a man, you were going through something
like in a good artistic way. Not like someone getting a stick and poke off Amazon and trying to do it, you know?
That's where I started. But I never did it on myself. I haven't tattooed any human yet. Just fake skins. Because I'm too scared. I have to be really good at it before I do anyone.
But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see... Because you're also more impulsive. Like, you'll get a tattoo tomorrow if you absolutely find or see a design or, like, draw something that you want right then and there.
That is true. I just kind of go for it. I don't like waiting. I'm a little impatient.
A little bit. Impatience is a virtue, but you'll get there.
Yeah. Thanks. Let's see. You in a year...
Okay, by the end of the year?
Yeah, by the end of the year. I think with New York coming up and kind of what I've seen based on like your Pinterest boards and specifically your like room decor vibe, I think you're gonna be much witchier than you are right now. I think you are witchy, but I think you're definitely gonna be like maybe some more long skirts, like some flowy tops. Lots of layering and lots of like funky, unique pieces. I think you might be a little bit more rock star.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like folk rock.
Yeah.
You know? Because you still have a little bit of like a bohemian vibe going on sometimes, I think. Like a earthy, fairy kind of thing. But I think you're going to lean a little bit more towards like witch.
Yeah.
Like darker colors, richer colors.
Yeah.
I think your hair will be different.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know how, but I feel like it's going to be different. It's going to be pretty long by then.
It will. I mean, from episode 1 to now, it's grown.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I definitely think you'll have a different hair color. You'll have, like, 1 or 2 more tattoos, I think. I think New York will open up a lot of, like, in both of us, a lot of creativity and lots of
it also will, like,
new opportunity.
Where we work and where we get jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Not that that will, like, dictate, but I'm hoping to use the office as my runway.
I love that. I like kind of see you becoming like, do you know like the corporate goth look, if that makes sense? Like if you're an administrator, that, but like less goth and more like
Witch
earth.
Yeah.
Earthy witch.
Yeah.
You know?
Witch bitch.
Witch bitch, but the silhouette of a corporate goth. 5 years? You in 5 years? I have no idea. What's your prediction?
For myself, in fact.
True, let's predict for ourselves.
Oh my God, I don't even know. I don't know where I'll be living. I'm maybe still in New York. Don't know where I'm going to be working. I have no... 5 years. How old will I be? 27.
I'll be 28.
27. I feel like 27 is such an interesting year because I just read an interview that Greta Gerwig gave where she said when she turned 27, that was, for her, the age where you were no longer, quote-unquote, young.
Yeah.
Obviously, 27 is still really young in the grand scheme of things. But, like, she had a day job still when she was 27.
Like your real-life adulting.
And... you know, because before then you're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a director, I'm trying to be a writer, I'm trying to be an actor, you know, but 27, it's like, okay, but what are we really doing here?
Like, what is the end goal?
So I may be going through an identity crisis again. I don't know.
Again.
Okay, I'm hoping to be somewhat established in my career. So I'm hoping that my style reflects that. Hoping to have many more tattoos because, you know, money is just gonna somehow find me. I hope.
It will. We'll speak it into existence. It will.
I'm hoping a lot of my pieces are made by me.
That'd be fun.
Or like thrifted and flipped because I want, you know, I want to be more sustainable about it. So I'm hoping I'm just like me, but elevated and established.
There's a difference between hope and what I expect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, my hope for myself in 5 years is that I may be a part of, like, a band of some kind.
Ooh.
Maybe not, like, a very popular one, but, like, that's okay. I'm still enjoying myself. And I don't know, my style is reflected in that, definitely. And it definitely would be, like, a punk band. Or, like, maybe indie punk, if that's a thing. I don't know, maybe I'll make it.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know. Because I don't know what is going to happen with me and, like, day jobs and stuff. Like,
I do think...
like, I may be working on, like, a couple of small films, maybe a couple, like, small theater jobs just to keep me, like, afloat.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think I'll be, like, peak success.
Yeah.
Then.
Which is okay. 27's, like, really young, you know?
Right.
I think for you... and I'm really excited to see, because I think season 2 will kind of be, like, the beginnings for both of us in New York, you know? So I'm really excited to see what door opens for you first.
That's the thing.
Because I do think the doors will open, and I'm curious to see that for myself as well, but for you specifically, because I think at any point in your life, a door will open because it has to, and you open, you know, so many factors, but it's kind of just like what happens first before all the other stuff.
Like, whatever happens first will catapult me into, like, what I continue doing,
Yeah.
I think. I agree. I just really don't know what that door is going to be, because I think I do a little bit of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I really enjoy acting and singing. Like, that's, like, my bread and butter, but I don't know if it's going to be that, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing with actors. You never know. The
Yeah.
future is so uncertain.
And I mean, like, I'm a director, but I just don't know if that will be the first thing that I get the opportunity to do, you know?
Right.
So, I think for both of us, it's just kind of what door opens first, and that's where we are at that point.
I don't think, within this year, I don't think I'm going to get any, like, big acting gig by any means. I might get, like, something cool to, like, do on the side that's not very well paid.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to have a struggle job. But I think a struggle job would allow me the freedom to mess with other hobbies of mine. Like playing guitar. I can finally, like, set aside time for that. And tattooing and drawing and art and everything else under the sun that I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But I just don't have time for.
That's how I feel. I'm excited to, because this will also be our first time stepping out of academia. because neither one of us are planning to do grad school any fucking time soon.
Nuh-uh.
I know for me, I need a big old break before I can keep chomping, you know?
Too.
And some life experience. But I think I think when you have the freedom to create your life and create your routine, and you know, you have your 9 to 5, but then you have the rest of the time where you're not doing homework, you're not going to a second, third job.
Like, what do you do?
Like we've been doing, or rehearsal, or, you know.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we'll still be busy just because that's who we are.
We always have something going on.
We always, but
hopefully we'll be able to fill our cups in other ways that we haven't yet.
Yeah. So it's exciting. It's exciting but scary.
It is.
But it's good to be scared, I think.
I agree. And I think it's good that we have each other going through it scared together, you know?
Petrified beyond belief.
But we have each other, and, like, we're going to keep each other afloat. We're going to have a place to live. We're going to have jobs, hopefully.
Yeah.
You're what the world needs.
Oh. Oh, that was so sad.
Sad? I thought it was
like,
optimistic.
Sweet, but, like, pressure.
Oh, I didn't mean it like pressure on you. I think the world needs you.
Cue Supergirl theme song.
Superboy and the Invisible Girl. Someone just needs to throw me out the window.
Who gave us a mic?
What are some, like, beauty aesthetic must-haves for us? Like, things we cannot give up, or, like, things we do every day, products we use every day, you know?
I think for me, my first, for a Fit and Flare jean, like, for me it's Fit and Flare, because that's what, it makes me look taller, you know?
Yeah.
It gives me legs that goes on forever, and it hugs my butt, and...
Yeah, it does.
Like, it just makes me feel good and confident. So a Fit and Flare jean tied with a platform sandal or boot or some type of shoe. Mm-hmm. That just makes me feel so good. So that's the first one. And then second is a lip liner, a good lip liner, because these lips are lined, you know?
Her lips are always lined. You will never catch her without a lip liner. Mm-mm. Let's see. Here, I'll go on the same route.
Yeah.
Pants-wise, right now, it's my big baggy cargo jeans.
Yeah.
Any type of cargos are like a go-to for me. Mm-hmm. There's something easy I can throw on.
Yeah.
You can easily elevate them.
Yeah.
They're cute on me. They sometimes make me look like a Minecraft character, but that's okay. Or a Roblox character, or whatever your preference. But I kind of like that. I kind of like looking short and stubby. And then my beauty product.
Okay. I think it's kind of fun.
Hair color. Hair color is like my number one, I think.
True. At one point, I think you said you couldn't live life without coloring your hair.
I don't think I could. Because I think this looks good on other people. I just hate it on myself. Faded color is like the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
Yeah.
I love, like, bright-ass, vibrant hair. Like, this is a little too faded for me.
Yeah. But I think accessories make or break an
They
outfit.
do.
Like, I always have rings on. I always have bracelets, necklaces, earrings, headscarf, headband,
I agree.
jewelry, head something. You know, and I think hair and makeup go into that. Mm-hmm. It all brings an outfit together. Also, I usually have, like, long nails or painted nails or something.
No, I have the long nails this time. I have little strawberry nails.
They're so cute.
I know, they're staying on really well.
That's good.
Which is, like, rare for me.
Yeah.
One fell in the toilet the other day, though.
Did you glue it up back on?
No, I flushed it.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Another must-have for me right now that's kind of new. Well, I have two. One is contacts. Like colored contacts. Mm-hmm. I have them in right now. I have black ones in. But I've been changing my eye color every day.
She has.
I have like green eyes one day. I have black eyes one day. I have red eyes the next day. You know, like it's always different. And I think it's so fun. Like, I love my eye color. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, these just elevate a look.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
It's fun to, you know, change your... I think it's never that serious. You know, cut your hair, dye your hair. If you think you have like a signature look and want to change it but are scared of what other people will say, or
do
it, you know. I also will say it's hard sometimes with like family or parents have one idea of you in their heads because they've seen you grow up and still think you're that little girl, little child, you know.
Right.
Still going through the anime phase in middle school.
I'm still going through that phase.
That was me. And then you change your look and they see you after a couple months or something and they're like, who is this?
Oh my goodness. We don't recognize you.
But
yeah.
Also, if your parents say something like you're just going through a phase or like undermine your experience, like even if it is a phase, just no need to comment. Just let me have my fun.
Just let me figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if it is a phase, it's a part of my life.
Yeah.
I'm learning from it. I don't know. Nothing has to be so serious.
It's never that deep.
If your kid wants to dress goth for a little while, let him.
Yeah.
What's it gonna do?
I know. Let that little boy paint his nails.
Yes. Let that little girl cut her hair short.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Another must-have for me right now is leg warmers.
I got those for you.
She did, and they're my favorite ones. And I also made 2 pairs myself.
You did.
And I love them equally as much.
Yeah.
And they always just make all my outfits so cutie.
Yay.
I just casually twisted my leg.
You do that. You're double jointed everywhere. That's okay though.
Yay.
Okay, another must have for me is, okay, these kind of go hand in hand, but skincare / inner health care. Because I used to have really bad acne, and it was a combination of like hormonal imbalance with a bad diet with bad skincare. And I was really insecure about my skin. That was also when we like were still wearing masks and stuff.
Right.
But I remember when I came back for the first semester that we had them off, I was so like, oh my god, I'm still breaking out. Everyone will still see my acne, and you know.
Right.
And it just made me self-conscious, but I grew out of that. You know, it went away, as acne does. And even when you have it, no one is looking at you and being like, wow, you're so ugly, you have acne. Like, no one thinks that. They just see you and are like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful.
Acne just happens to be there.
It just happens to be. And it sucks, I will say. And I know it's so easy. Everyone is like, oh, don't worry about it, like, blah, blah, blah. But when you have it, it's, like, hard. It's hard to go through. And, yeah.
I can imagine. Okay, our last question.
Mm-hmm.
Guess our mental state based on our hair colors. Okay, thanks. Leave that in the comments section. I'm just kidding. I had fun.
Me too.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Yay.
And tune in for our last episode,
Oh.
which is our college experience
Yeah.
while we decorate our grad caps.
Oh.